And this is another thing that the Shaykh had to deal with. So there's shirk, there's culture, there's blind following. Now you can see that there is this toxic environment of disobedience. Obviously, then there's going to be desires and sins. So people were practicing the worst of sins at the time of the Shaykh when he wrote these books. And the historians who have said objectively, whether they're for Shaykh Muhammad or against Shaykh Muhammad, they said objectively these were facts. And I'll give you some of these facts, and you might actually be astonished by some of these facts. Factually, anybody been to Makkah? Anybody been for Hajj or Umrah? Anybody stayed in an area called Aziziyah in Makkah? No, nobody heard of Aziziyah. You know Aziziyah? Aziziyah is actually quite popular, especially for Hajj, because the rental is cheap there and it's quite close to Mina. Historically, Aziziyah was known for illicit relationships. Makkah. 300 years ago, I'm not talking about at the time of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People who wanted to do something bad, brothels and things like that, openly there in Aziziyah. People used to drink alcohol openly at the time when the Shaykh came in Makkah. In actual fact, some of the historians have said in Masjid al-Nabawi, there have been long periods of time when the Haram, the Prophet's Masjid was closed, nobody was there to pray Salah in them. One of the historians said that there was a period of start date to end date, 40 days the masjid was closed. Imagine if you did this today. Imagine if you said, right, in Makkah we're going to set up this. Na'udhu billah, may Allah preserve the land of the Muslims, especially the Haramain. Imagine if they did this today, like, we're going to have a place there for whatever haram you wanted in Makkah. It's not really that far from the haram. Medina, let's just close the masjid and do what we want. Remember, alcohol and all these different things are rife. Imagine if we did this today. If you actually wanted to go to the masjid, you got the Kaaba. Everybody knows what the Kaaba is, right? You've got 4 different walls. You know what they used to have at that time? 4 different mihrab. 4 different prayer places for the Imam to stand. So if you were Hanafi, you'd go to that side. If you were Maliki, you'd go to that side. If you were Shafi'i, if you were Hanbali, different sides. 4 different Jama'at. To the point that at the back of each one of these walls of the Kaaba, whichever one it was facing, there used to be a chair there. And that chair was for the purpose of fatwa. So if you were Hanafi, you would only go to this side. If you were Maliki, it's not acceptable for you to go to the other side. These were some of the things that the Shaykh was dealing with. Shirk, culture, taqleed, and sins were rife.